Hello everyone, this is Paukshte Fashion Workshop. I remind you that we post new videos every day. Today I'm going to continue showing you the series of videos on working with the basic patterns. I'm going to talk to you about the princess seams once again. I have already showed you some types of the princess seams. You already know how to make side details instead of the side seams, and how to move the side seams. Last time I showed you how to make both the bias princess seams and the side details in the garments. Today we are going to talk about the princess seams in detail. In the next video, we'll proceed to the next topic. Have a look at my basic pattern. I have already drawn the side details instead of the side seam. I'm not going to explain how to do it once again. I've already done it in the previous video. Watch it if you haven't done it yet. First, I'm going to draw a princess seam on the front. I'm going to show you one and the same basic pattern to show you different types of the princess seams. I don't want to cut many more basic patterns just for one tutorial. Your task is to learn and memorize. I give you a lot of useful information. What should we do if we want the princess seam to start from the armhole? First, we need to find a point in the armhole. Let it be here, above the middle of the armhole. I need to draw a straight line from this point to the bust top. What's next? I do not want this line to be straight. I'll alter it a bit, making it a bit round. The difference here is just about 4 or 5 millimeters. Have a look at the new line. It's a bit more round. I had connected this point with the bust top with a straight line, and then I changed it. Next, I need to cut the tuck on the front. I've already told you a lot of times that the lines shouldn't be drawn with rulers. We were not made with rulers, and the pattern should fit us perfectly. Notice that it's biased and is slightly round. Watch what I'm doing next. This is the chest dart. I need to close the original opening. Next, I want to show you several options of making princess seams, using this basic pattern as an example. I want to remind you that if we move the chest dart, the shoulder should be cut for about 4 or 5 millimeters. So now we have a princess seam, which comes out of the armhole and goes down to the bottom. Next, I need to cut the side detail. This part should be made more smooth and round. I've already showed you how to do it in one of the previous videos. I've already showed you these techniques before. If you need to expand the pattern on the hips, do it. If you mark this point high, it will be correct as well. When drawing the patterns, you are the masters. The back, the side detail, the front side detail, and the center front detail. I'll sign the center front. I'm not going to change anything now. Let's talk about the back. I'll draw a mark somewhere in the middle of the armhole. I'll draw the line this way. This is how I'm drawing the princess seam on the back. This is just a decorative detail. By doing so, we don't change the fit of the pattern. It's just a matter of design and decoration. Do not forget about the seam allowance when cutting the pattern. The line should be smooth and beautiful. The center back detail, the side back detail, the side detail, the side front detail, the center front detail. Let's have a look at the princess seams. They are perfectly fine. Such princess seams were popular in 80s and 90s, and they're even sewn nowadays. I have nothing against them. They make the garments fit the bodies well. They're kinda out of style. Nowadays, it's a rare case when a princess seam goes right for the bust top. I deliberately made it this way. I wanted to show you how it looks like, and now I want to show you something different. I've closed the opening, and next I want to draw another line. I hope that everything is clear so far. I'm moving the chest dart back to where it was in the beginning. Here it is. This is the princess seam. What should be done next? I want the princess seam to start in the same point, but do not reach the bust top, for about 6 or 8 centimeters. I'll outline this part, and then the line should go down. You can draw the princess seams however you want. This one will look much better than the first one. This is the side front detail. The chest dart should be moved here. The dart is going to be tiny. I really like bias darts. When it's not horizontal but bias, it's even not noticeable on the clothes. Very beautiful. This is a very useful technique. I need to close the original opening. Here it is now. The princess seam runs along the bust, and the chest dart was moved. Here it is. I've told you everything about the princess seams in details. First, about the regular princess seams, and then about the shaved princess seams. I need to do the same thing on the back. Do not forget to add about 1 centimeter extension here. Don't worry about moving the chest dart. When the dart is stitched, The line will be perfect. The garment would fit your body perfectly. Don't worry about that. Even if you have the full bust. The front. This is the waist tuck. Be very attentive. I don't want the tuck to be placed here. Ignore this one. I'll move its opening here. As I've already said, the tuck is not going to be made here.
Это я просто для наглядности клею. Не нужна.
I've moved the opening of the waist tuck on the front to the princess seam.
Здесь, в нашем рельефчике.
Be very attentive when working with the tuck's opening. You can cut some from the waistline, but not higher. If you cut even a small piece, the bust wouldn't fit you. I showed you how to make princess seam which start from the armhole. You can determine the number of princess seams by yourselves. Work with the patterns carefully. Draw the princess seams to understand how much of them you need to make. Whether you need to make side details instead of the side seams or not. What kind of tucks you want to make. Where the dart should be placed. I'm just showing you the techniques. Next time, I'm going to show you some details which are different from the ones in the basic patterns. That's all for today. Be different and beautiful. My name is Paukshte Irina. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Goodbye.